Hello, it's Jeannie. How are you? I hope you're well. And I would like to introduce you to Bertha, if you haven't already met her. This is Bertha. There she is. She is on a platform that my husband made that makes it so her head won't fall off. Like, see, it's got a hole. So I can set her here. So I was going through my storage closet there and trying to organize a little bit, and I saw her and a couple of wigs, and I thought I would brush them out and do a quiet chit-chat, blah blah blah, with you guys, just to touch bases and say hello and give you an update on things, talk a little bit about beauty. Bertha has been through a lot, as you guys know, so she deserves a little bit of TLC. Her hair is very dry and kind of a lot of that dippity-doo product in it. Remember when I set her hair? So I'm going to brush some of that out. And I've got this wooden brush. I did a wooden sounds, all wooden sounds on my Patreon a few weeks ago. It sounded really cool. Nothing but sounds. Little whispering. So I'm really good at whacking a lot of things when I brush my hair or someone else's. So try to keep it gentle and calm. So we are in the midst of doing a lot of prep things, a lot of prep stuff for our trip to Australia coming up very soon. And we're going to be gone for 3 weeks. So I'm just trying to cover all the bases of everything that has to be done. Now, we travel a lot, so we kind of know. And we have, fantastic people that look after our house and our animals. So that is one worry I don't have. And they actually stay here. But one of the things is that we've been taking care of and flying back and forth to California is to manage my mother's health and wellness, because she is having more and more mental decline with dementia. And still as sweet as ever, but I could talk to her a half an hour after she's had lunch and ask her if she sat with somebody and had lunch, and she doesn't remember. And even the long-term memory is going. And so instead of saying things like, what did you do today? Because you can't remember. I have a calendar of everything that she does, and I know what she does. And so I'll say, how was the scenic bus tour today? Because they go out on bus rides, little bus, and just drive them around. And they love, the old folks just love looking out the windows and the scenery. And she'll say, oh, it was wonderful. And the sky was so blue, and the clouds were so pretty. And she remembers that because she's in a very happy feeling. And I'll ask her, did you enjoy playing bingo? And she'll say yes. I've learned how to phrase things instead of saying, did you? Because she won't remember. I'll just ask her how it went. How was your lunch out with so-and-so, Nancy? Oh, it was great. But if I ask her, did you go to lunch? She'll say no, because she doesn't remember. Anyway, she's had some health issues with frequent UTIs, which is, I guess, common in this age group. And they're now all antibiotic resistant. So that presents a challenge in that she needs, and it's called ESBL, for those of you who are in the medical profession. And that is a particular strain that has a coating that is impervious to antibiotics. And so if she gets another UTI, she has to get IV meds in the hospital for 5 days. And the problem with that, and I shouldn't say it like a problem, the issue with that is anytime you take someone with dementia out of their normal set of circumstances, it's traumatic and disorienting, and it's a setback. So we want to try to avoid that as much as possible. And so that comes down to better hydration management, better hygiene management, and her nutrition. And just so I've had to up her level of care again, and so that it is going to really help prevent future UTIs. And so anyway, but she loves being in California. Yes, she was, for those who have a gap, she was out here with us, but she really, really wanted to go back to California to be with her friends. And they do come see her, and they take her out. She was in an assisted living community, and that has been upgraded to memory care. And we call it extended care for her because that's exactly what it is, and it's exactly what she needs. And so she loves being there. Otherwise, I'd have her here. So I'm trying to honor her wishes and keep her happy as long as possible. And she is. So we fly out there. I've been going back every other week. Yeah. So anyway, while we're there, we get to see our granddaughter, the kids, some of them, and visit friends. So that's the update with my mom. What do you think, Bertha? Does that feel better? It's pretty ratted. Okay. And then, because life comes at you sometimes with a lot of things all at once. And our daughter, who I mentioned before, having some health issues, and what it is, because it's not over yet, she was bitten on a vacation in Hawaii. She was bitten by a poisonous centipede. And on her finger. And when she flew home, she didn't know it at the time. Kind of knew, but anyway, it was getting swollen and swollen. And she flew home a day or two after, and it kept getting swollen. And she went to the urgent care, and they gave her some antibiotics, which was completely appropriate. And it wasn't getting better. As a matter of fact, it was getting worse. It was going blue up her arm. So I told her, get to the ER. She did. Well, they looked at that and they admitted her right away. And she was in the hospital almost a week with that, and massive antibiotics. And they had to do surgery on her finger all the way down to here. And it became necrotic. Her finger started turning black, and it looked like when somebody goes ice climbing or hiking in the cold and they get frostbite, it all started turning black. She became septic. And anyway, they did get a hold of the infection, but they told her that her finger would have to be amputated. So after the week, they sent her home with lots of antibiotics and time for healing and dressing changes and all that. And anyway, so she was waiting to get scheduled for that. And in the meantime, it's done some healing, but it doesn't look so good. I won't show you pictures because it's kind of gross. Anyway, her doctor, she went in and saw the hand specialist, and he said, let's continue some therapy, some different kind of therapies, and see if we can't get something back, and worst case scenario, we're still going to amputate. And best case scenario, we won't have to, or in the middle ground, maybe not as much. So anyway, she's doing that, but she also started this red light laser therapy. And she said after one session, it has gotten more movement than she's had in weeks and weeks. So she's going to continue with that too. So that we will see what happens. Best case, it gets better. Worst case, and she's already accepted the fact that it was going to be amputated. It was this finger left, first digit. She's accepted that. But maybe it won't be as much, and maybe not at all. So there's that. So I'm really proud of her. I'm really proud of her, how well she's handling that. Okay, I think without washing, this is as good as it's gonna get. Sorry, Bertha. So what I'm gonna do is take care of another wig. Just use Bertha's head to try to comb this one out. gotta take care of your things, right? Oh, that's an easy one. This is a very, very silky hair wig. But then the next one, and I love this one. Do y'all remember this? Let me take out this clip. I loved this wig. Did you see the video I did where I wore this? I'm going to link it up here because I thought my makeup and my hair and my outfit, I thought it was stunning. If I do say so myself. So I'm going to brush this out because it's kind of a mess. Oops, and there's a clip. Okay, like that. If I put too much of her face in the video, my camera will defocus on me and focus on her because she's closer to the camera. I learned that before doing, I think, the lady on the train does your makeup. So she's gonna keep her head down a little bit and I'm just gonna, yeah, there we go. Do you guys remember the lady on the train does your makeup? So I've got this wooden brush, but I also have this pink plastic brush that I think will do better for her hair. I need some ideas of what else I would do with this blue wig. That Space Age one was pretty cool. Her name was Whisper GPT. Speaking of makeup, look at my lips. Can you see? And my eyes, particularly my eyelashes. Lately, I've been using a few products by City Beauty. City Beauty. And what I love is how they focus on natural beauty rather than trying to cover up and hide. You know, aging gracefully, I'm all about that. Yeah, I still want to wear makeup and do my hair and all that. But I'm not trying to hide when I wear makeup, you know. I want to enhance. And I don't want it to be complicated. So I start with, when I'm doing my makeup, before I put anything on, and with a clean face, I use the lid lifting treatment. The eye area is always the first place I notice fatigue, and this feels really gentle and nourishing, and I like that it's simple and fragrance-free and easy to work with, even in the most minimal routine. And one small thing that instantly makes my eyes pop open and feel awake is mascara. And their Beyond Mascara has become my favorite. It gives my lashes definition and lift, but it doesn't feel heavy or stiff, and I really appreciate it. It just makes my eyes look much more open and rested. And the finishing touch is always the City Lips Plumping Lip Gloss. Oh. It feels more like skincare for your lips than makeup. It's hydrating, it's comfortable, and it gives that soft, healthy shine that just makes the whole look complete. City Beauty's formulas are science-backed, cruelty-free, and paraben-free. And they're designed for women who want an uncomplicated, easy routine that looks good. And I love that their message is about confidence and feeling radiant at any age. If you'd like to try City Beauty for yourself, click on the QR code or use the link in the description and my promo code JeannieB. JeannieB. And you can save 20% off your order. The mascara. The lid lifting treatment. And look at these beautiful plumping glosses. 3 are with color and 1 is just a clear gloss. And they last and last. So thank you to City Beauty for sponsoring my channel and sending me these fantastic products that I'm now so in love with. And I will be bringing these with me to Australia. Some of you saw on my Instagram that we were just out in Florida, and that was a few weeks back. The week we were out in Florida, came home for a day, and then I flew back out to California to be with my mom. Then came home, and anyway, as you may have seen on my Instagram, that one of our daughters is expecting grandson, but grandbaby number 5. So we're very excited about that. And that will be sometime in May. So I always try to look for the good things because they are all around us. Stuff happens, life gets complicated, circumstances get complicated, and it's easy to feel weighed down. I get it, I do too. I'm going to push Bertha right out of the way there. I totally get it. So many of you write to me, and you share so many of your personal stories and your personal struggles. And I really applaud that you open up. I wish I were more of a lifeboat, but I'm not. But sometimes telling someone something really personal and they are detached because you really don't know them. You don't really know me. I'm, in a sense, kind of a stranger, even though you kind of know me. And I think it's therapeutic to tell someone. And I do my best to encourage and offer a pointing toward a direction for you to explore. I don't have answers. I wish I did. For me, I know I need to feel what I'm feeling when I'm going through something. And it may really suck. Okay? I'm not going to deny it. Things hurt. Things are hard. So I feel what I feel. And I continue to look for the blessings, the good things all around me. It might be in how somebody smiles at me, or, how somebody helps me out or offers assistance, or whatever. A sunset, a sunrise. Finding as many things to just, even if they're small, something just to make you feel a little better. Tough times do pass. They do. And if times are ever so tough that they make you question your value, your importance, your worthiness to exist, I want you to know that there are people you can talk to that can help with that, because you are worthy. You do have value. And you have every right to be here working on your life just like the rest of us. And sometimes it's hard. You get through it. You do it another day. And you look for all the comforts and the quiet and the peace that you can. Draw in peace. Wallow when you need to wallow. But don't stay there. Do what you can to pick yourself up out of that. I know it's not easy. These are just words. But you aren't alone. And you need to find someone to talk to when things get very dark and very scary. A member of the clergy. There are phone numbers, helplines, family members, friends, communities. Sometimes people you don't know that well. That could be a very good listener. So, I understand. And sometimes that's all you need to hear, is that somebody understands you. Okay. So, I want to instill you with a sense of hope and faith that things always get better. So, I hope that, if anything, if this video helps even one person feel a little better, that's awesome. I was chatting with my friend Maria, you all know Maria, about what it is we do. And, we try to be better. And she's leagues ahead of me in terms of what she knows about all this. But we always have that thing of, I should try this and do this better and do that better, and you compare yourself. And I reminded her, I said, Maria, what we offer people may not be the highest tech, flashy, graphics, whatever, especially me. What we offer people is our hearts. And that's our specialty here, right? Touching people with our hearts, not how flashy we are, not how sophisticated we are in our cameras and editing and setup, it's nice. But if I can touch you with my words that come from my heart, I'm okay with funky editing, maybe bad lighting, and funky sounds. I have sound envy on some people's videos. Oh, they just have their sound down so perfectly, and I'm like, when will my sound be perfect? And maybe I'm just too critical, but I do realize that isn't the most important thing. Now, this could just be a long blah 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 that you have on in the background, listening to while you do some homework or some house cleaning, or snuggling up with the kids. I realize I am a mature, comforting voice. And I take that very seriously, because what I say, I want to touch those who need to hear it. And if you don't need to hear it, it's just some nice background chit-chat. So, on the video I did, where I suggested having your doctor do your screenings, getting your eyes checked, your hearing checked, blood work, and all that stuff, I had someone say, I don't need you to tell me what to do. That's up to my doctor. I love your voice, but my doctor will be the one to tell me what to do. And you know what I thought? You know why? Yeah, I've got a nice voice for this. But so many of you wrote in to say that is the best advice ever. Early diagnoses, early screenings for early detection saved my life, saved my brother, saved my mom, this, that, the other. I found out this. I established a baseline for that, and you all proved my point. So to the one who said, oh, that's up to my doctor to tell me what to do, that was what my kids did to each other. You know how the dog whisperer does that to the dogs when they're being nasty? Yeah. It got under my skin, and I deleted it. And so if you're listening to this, let's include mental health and emotional health wellness checks onto that list of taking care of yourself. Maybe your doctor will, or maybe your doctor won't. Include that as well. And it could perhaps help someone out there. So, I am going to sign off for now and go down and start on some dinner. I'm going to make a big soup. So, and yes, I'm going to make a video of how I do that, because I use my own stock and broths, and not everybody knows how to do that. My friend Amy in England said, what? You boil a chicken down? It's like I took that for granted that everybody knew that. So, thank you to City Beauty. Again, I'd love for you to try these out. These lip glosses are just divine. Look at, I hope with the lights and camera you can see how awesome my lips are. I have not had a lip gloss that stays on through the whole video before. And look, it just does. It's so rich and thick and lasting. I love this stuff. So thank you, City Beauty. And like I tell my granddaughter, makeup, because we do hair and makeup and all that fancy stuff. I tell her, makeup and hair doesn't make you pretty. It doesn't make you beautiful. That comes from the inside. Doing all this stuff, it helps make you fancier. But beauty, being pretty and beautiful, comes from the inside. Not all this. And I give her the examples. If a really pretty girl who had all the right makeup and hair was mean to somebody and nasty to them, are they a beautiful person? Are they really a pretty person? She says, no, Baba Nini, no. I said, that's right. And if somebody has no makeup on and their hair isn't fixed up and all fancy, if that person is very kind and loving to somebody else, are they beautiful? Yes, Baba Nini, they are. So it's becoming aware that beauty and prettiness, all that, comes from the inside, not the outside. But I love getting fancy. I love some of this cool stuff. So, okay, my friends, I'm gonna sign off for now. I will see you all very soon in the next video. Be well. Know that you are loved, you have value, you have worth, and you've got this. Goodbye for now.